Hello there, friends. Welcome to a special early bird edition of Cocktails for a Crisis. I think this is episode 16. Is that right? Yeah, episode 16. Who would have thought it? Well, it's a weekend where normally most people are out there saying, I love America. This episode, I'm saying, I love Erika. Erika turns 50 on Tuesday, and so the camera may start jiggling a little bit because she doesn't know that I'm going to do this. Erika turns 50 on Tuesday, and today we begin 5 days of Erika. 5 days of Erika. Can you believe it? One for every decade that she's lived her life. And so tonight I've invented an extra special drink that's a riff on the Manhattan called the Chelsea Manhattan, because Erika used to live in Chelsea, but it's also called the Erika Ann for folks that live, that know Erika. The Chelsea Manhattan or the Erika Ann. So we've been in the lab this afternoon, and I must have made 5 different types to have her taste. She didn't know that I was making this for her. And it wasn't surprising to me that it took 5 or 6 for her to sort of pick one that she really liked the best. Because she's so particular. She's really not that particular, but I say that she's particular all the time, because that's the kind of husband I am. So with a regular Manhattan, it's pretty easy. It's 2 ounces of rye or bourbon. Most people use rye, and then 1 ounce of sweet vermouth. You can make a perfect a perfect Manhattan by using 2 ounces of rye or bourbon, 1/2 ounce of sweet vermouth, and 1/2 ounce of dry vermouth. Tonight's drink, though, the Chelsea Manhattan, is going to have bourbon. We settled on bourbon. It's going to have some sweet vermouth, some dry vermouth, and some Cynar, some of that Italian bitter liqueur that we made a few weeks ago. But first, I want to have Erika's first present that she's going to get on, because she's going to get a present every day on 5 days of Erika. She's getting the Rabbit Hole Rye. I would never dream of polluting this in a cocktail. It's so tasty on its own. But they make this up there in Louisville, and it's delicious. I think Erika was going to like that one. So I'm going to set that out of the way. So happy birthday, Erika. So now on to the drink. So one of the big controversies in mixology, because I'm all about the controversies in mixology, is do you shake or do you stir? And when do you shake and when do you stir? So I did a little research today, library research, not lab research, and I learned that you shake, use a cocktail shaker. I don't have it in there. I think I moved it out of the way. A cocktail shaker, is it in here? Take it backstage. A cocktail shaker, if you've got fruit juice or any kind of juice in there. But if it's all liquor, if it's all alcohol, then you use a stirring technique. So there you have it. There's the difference. That's when you shake and that's when you stir. All right. So you also, when you make a Manhattan, it's got Angostura Bitters, standard bitters in there. And so we'll start with that for the Chelsea Manhattan. 2 shakes of Angostura in there. And then we'll go ahead and add the bourbon first. 2 ounces Buffalo Trace. Use your favorite bourbon. Don't bother with any that's too high in it. Then you're going to use some sweet vermouth, which is the red stuff. You're going to do 1/2 ounce of that. And then you're going to do 1/2 ounce of dry vermouth. This is what you normally put in a martini. So, and then we're going to have 1/2 ounce of the Cynar. It's very bitter. So, and then you put some ice in there. There you go. And then you're supposed to stir it for 30 seconds. So there you go. You get a nice pretty close up of that. Okay. That chills it. It chills a lot. It takes longer to chill when you stir than it does when you shake. When you shake, you just have to do 6 or 7 shakes. When you stir, they say to stir for about 30 seconds. So I think that's probably pretty close to 30 seconds. There you go. And the ice kind of dilutes it down a little bit. And so I bet you I got this cool Nick and Nora glass for Father's Day from Erika, even though I'm not her father. She likes to call me Daddy sometimes. Just kidding. That is some result of the lab there. So she gave me these great Nick and Nora glasses, so I thought I would put it in there. Oh wow, look how pretty that is. Woo! Go to the top. Oh, look at that color. All right, I thought I would garnish this one a little differently. I thought I would use a little orange peel from my new little orange zester thing that Eddie gave me for Father's Day. So I'm going to go around like that, do a little thin thing like so, and then try to kind of get it a little twisty, kind of like that. Maybe it'll hold, maybe it won't. I put that in there, and orange, and I'm already made because I like orange, and Erika likes me. And then we'll put one of these fancy cherries in there. It doesn't have corn syrup, it's made with sugar. Pop that in there like so. Wow, now that, friends, is a pretty drink. So normally we would have had this ginormous party and I would have gotten up in front of everybody and cried and toasted her. So I'm going to get up in front of you and cry and toast her. Maybe I won't cry this time. So what can I say about Erika? I took notes because I knew I was going to get all flustered, but Erika is kind, Erika is committed, Erika is loving, Erika is, what else did I write down here? Forthright, how could I forget that? She's one of the most forthright people you'd ever know, to a fault sometimes. She's fiercely loyal. I think that's one of the things I think about when I think of my wife. And I am so lucky to have Erika in my life. I don't always express that very clearly. She knows that I love her, but I should probably say it more often. So if you get a chance in the next 5 days, I hope you'll say you love Erika too. We could make a hashtag or something. I don't know how to do that. A hashtag, I love Erika. So here's to 50 years of Erika. Here's to 50 more years of Erika. And here's to all of you. I'm going to taste it. Don't turn the camera off yet. That's pretty good. Okay, you taste it. I'm going to take the camera. No, she doesn't want me to turn the camera down. There you go. She's been cleaning the bathroom, so she's kind of sweaty. She's like, that. Is that good? All right. All right. Have a great week, and I love Erika. Cheers.